Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. In this clip, we're going to go over how to simplify complex fractions. Don't forget to visit our website at mathgotserved.com for access to a wide variety of math tutorials ranging from algebra all the way to calculus. So let's take a look at question number 1. In this problem, we are to simplify the complex fraction m plus 3 divided by 3m plus 2m over m minus 3, and then this entire sum of fractions divided by another difference of fractions, m over 3 minus 9 over m squared. Okay? All right, so how do we do this? First of all, do you see why this is a complex fraction? The answer is because you have a fraction as a numerator and a fraction as a denominator. So that's why this is called a complex fraction. Now, this is a complex problem. In order for us to solve it, a smart approach would be to attack it piece by piece, okay? Reduce it to simpler problems, and then you can solve those problems before you attack the bigger problem. So how can we reduce this complex fraction into a simpler case? We have to extract the numerator and the denominator, resolve them independently first, and then find the quotient of the results. So let's say this is a numerator right here. Even though it's a sum of fractions, this right here is a denominator. All right, so what we're going to do is split this problem up into two problems. Okay, so we'll take the numerator first. Let's extract the numerator. So for the numerator, we have m plus 3 divided by 3m plus 2m divided by m minus 3. Now, how do we add these fractions? To add these fractions, we're going to have to find the LCD. So what is the LCD of 3m and m minus 3? The LCD of 3m and m minus 3 is 3 times m minus 3. Okay? We see why that's the case. 3m and m minus 3 are co-prime. They have no common factors. So by simply multiplying these three terms, that will yield the LCD. Okay? So the goal is to convert these two denominators to the LCD. To accomplish that, we are going to multiply the denominator on the right by 3m on the top and bottom. And then we'll multiply, on the left side, we'll multiply m minus 3 on the top and bottom. Okay, and what do you notice here? The denominators are now identical. Okay, that is the LCD. So we're going to rewrite the problem now as, let's put the fraction bar. Now we have m minus 3 times m plus 3. We can distribute this out. We're going to FOIL it first, outer, inner, and then last. Okay, that's also a difference of squares. So if you remember your difference of squares formula, this should come out to m squared minus 9. Okay, but let's just FOIL this out. Assuming we don't remember the formula, we're going to have m squared first, outer, 3m, inner, minus 3m, last, minus 9. 2m times 3m will give us 6m squared. Okay, and then the denominator will have m minus 3 times 3m. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify this. In the numerator, we can combine m squared, 6m squared, and m squared, they're like terms. So if we combine those, we are going to have 7m squared, 7m squared, and then we can combine plus 3m minus 3m are opposites, they add up to 0. So we have 7m squared minus 9, okay? All right, and then in the denominator, we can distribute that out. We distribute that out, we'll have, what do we have? We have 3m to the second power minus 9m. Okay, so there goes the numerator. Now we're going to shift our attention to the denominator. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So the denominator is the second part of the problem after we split it up. So the denominator is as follows, is m over 3 minus 9 over m squared. Okay, now what's the LCD here? Well, if we break these two numbers down, we can know what the LCD is. So this is m over 3 minus 9 over m times m. So we can see what the LCD is here. To make the denominators identical, we're going to have to multiply this by m times m, or m squared, and then multiply this by 3, top and bottom. Okay, so this also needs an m and an m on the top. So do you see what the LCD is? The LCD of 3 and m squared is 3m squared, as you can see in the denominators here. So if we multiply it together, on the top we're going to have m to the third minus 27 divided by the denominator, the LCD, 3m squared. Okay? Now that's our denominator. Now we're going to rewrite the entire problem as a quotient of these two results that we got. So as a quotient of this result right here and this result right here. All right, so that's the numerator. And then we're going to divide the numerator by the combined state of the denominator, which is m to the third minus 27 over 3m squared. Okay? It looks a little bit simple, simpler than before, but it is still a complex fraction by all means. So how do we divide, how do we find the quotient of two fractions? So let's say we have a situation like this. If we have a over b divided by c over d, what you do is you multiply the numerator by the reciprocal of the denominator. Drop, change, flip. You drop the top, change the division to a times, and you flip the bottom. Multiply across, AD over BC will be your quotient. We're going to employ the same procedure here. We write the numerator 7m squared minus 9 divided by 3m squared minus 9m. Multiply that by the reciprocal of the denominator, 3m squared divided by m to the third minus 27. Okay? All right, so to finish this off, we'll just simply expand by multiplying the numerator and the denominator across. Okay? So we're going to have 7m squared times 3m. And then we'll have the quantity 3m squared minus 9m times the quantity m to the third minus 27. Okay? We have 3 times 7 is 21, 21m to the fourth, 21m to the fourth minus 27m squared. And then in the denominator, we'll follow that out. First, outer, inner, last. We're going to have 3m to the fifth power minus 81m squared minus 9m to the fourth plus 243m. Okay? Now, if you take a look at the numerator and the denominator, it looks like we can factor out. There's a common factor that we can pull out. In the numerator, we can pull out 3m squared. So we pull out 3m squared from the top. You're going to be left with 7m squared minus 9. Okay, that divided by, and then in the denominator you can factor out 3m. So you factor out 3m, you'll be left with m to the fourth minus 27m to the third minus 27m. This m because you took out one of the powers, so 27m minus 3m to the third plus 81. Okay, now we can reduce. Notice 3m goes here, takes that down to 1, and then 3 divides out. So final answer involves just distributing m back into this quantity in the numerator, and that will be our final result. So if you distribute m back, you will have 7m to the third minus 9m. That expression divided by the denominator, which is m to the fourth minus 27m minus 3m to the third plus 81. Okay, so there goes your simplified form of the original complex fraction. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. I really appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe to our channel for updates to other cool tutorials such as this. If you have any questions, feel free to include it in the comments section below. More clips can be found on math.serve.com.